What's going on, everybody? My name's Salka. Wait, you already know that. That's why you're here. You're here watching me. It's my video. It's my podcast. Why the hell do I do this every time? But today, our special guest is AlexV. If you know him from Twitch, his name on Twitch is not AlexV, but, all in all, we know it is Alex. So, without further ado, you hear him laughing. He's already on a call with me. Let's get this going. Alex, welcome to the show, man.
Hey, what's up, man? Thank you for having me.
All right, so we're gonna start this one a little bit differently. Yes, this is only episode 2. We don't really have a typical start, but we're gonna start by playing some of his music right off the bat. I'm not 100% on how loud this is gonna be, but whatever. Who cares? Let's just play it. It wants to load for me today. I don't want to download it. It was playing earlier. Doing this now. I'll download it. I like Alex's music as much as the next person. So Alex, tell us about this track. It's called Open. MND Open.
Yeah, MND Open. Yeah, it's a remix I made for this singer. I don't know if it will be released soon or not, but it's definitely one that kind of showcases my love for modern music, like future bass and mixed with a bit heavier styles. I don't know how to express that, but yeah, it's kind of pop, it's kind of heavy, it's kind of future. So yeah, I think it's a perfect sample of what my music sounds like these days.
I mean, I'm enjoying this. Who did you do this for? MND, right? That's her name?
Yeah.
MNDR. I mean, I'm down with this. This sounds awesome. Yeah, I could get down to this. I could really get down to this. I might just have to play this on my stream. If she doesn't use it, I will.
Yeah, absolutely, my man.
So, Alex, tell us what really made you... I really want to know this. What really got you into music? Like, when you were growing up, did you just go, I really want to do this? Or was it when you got older and you were like, you know what? I could do that.
It's kind of funny because I consider myself a super competitive person. So when in middle school, I think, when one of my friends got a guitar, and he was like, we were always competing in something, in video games, in Pokemon or whatever. And he then one day came up to me and he said, "Hey, I got a new guitar." And I was like, "Damn, I need a guitar." So it all started because of wanting to compete with someone else. And then I was like, hey, I kind of like music, kind of like creating, and it gave me freedom that I couldn't find anywhere else. So yeah, that's where it began. And from the very beginning, I was like, yeah, this is what I want to make, all my life.
Yeah, that's actually really cool. That's actually a really cool story. So I could say this, you also play competitive fighting games with Killer Instinct.
Yeah,
as a lot of people know.
Yeah, exactly.
So we could say you take that competitive nature that you have, and you bring that to every tournament that you go to. I mean, you won 2 of mine. I have 3 mosh pit tournaments on YouTube, and you have won 2 of them that are on there. You and Base both have won multiple tournaments. I see you guys always competing against each other. What's it like actually going from being like not so someone everybody knows in NWO to being AlexV, the guy that's going to online tournaments and winning and placing? How's that feel? Like, take me on that journey.
Okay, so to begin with, I didn't play video games like for more than 10 years or something like that. When I started with music, I was like, yeah, I'm done with video games. I'm done with, I want to make music, So I completely left them for the longest time. And I think it was in 2016 in a party in like a video game bar, like a video game arcade bar, that they had this Killer Instinct arcade, like the Xbox One, and I was like, hey, I remember KI, I really liked it. So I played it that day, and the next day I was in my local GameStop buying a new Xbox with KI. You know? I was in love with that. I was in love with the game. I was in love with the music, and I was like, damn, I really like this. I can see myself playing, like, even if it's for fun, you know,
Oh yeah.
just enjoying the game. I see myself like doing this, like in my free time, or I don't know. And you know, time passed. I was in NWO. Like, I used to be called Opus Safari. And to this day, people ask me, "Hey, are you Opus Safari?" And I'm like, "Yeah, why?" You know, and they're like, "Hey, I remember you. Yeah, you weren't that good. You improved a lot, you know." And I was like, "Yeah, that's me." And I don't know when I started talking competitive fighting games, you know, with the community. With I don't know when it clicked to me that, hey, I can kind of compete in this. You know, I used to look up to the greatest players, you know, like Base or Nikki, or I don't know, the classics.
Yeah,
And I was
like
like,
Gutter
damn.
Magic and what's his name? Rico Suave, CD Junior.
Hmm.
We-
Exactly,
Even
exactly.
Jay Wong whenever he was competing in KI.
Hmm. 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 Yeah, and even names like Water Horses or I don't know, Calypso. And I mean, I fell in love with those players, seeing just, you know, the tournament footage, and I was like, damn, wish I could be like that one day, you know, but with Rush. And at the time, it was Menso and Aphex, you know, the big toads, and I was like, yeah, I can learn from them, and then, yeah, I can do better, you know, I'll try to do better. And yeah, that was the beginning of my competitive journey in KI. I started joining tournaments and losing a lot, of course.
Which I'm pretty sure drove you crazy.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, kind of not, because I knew, like, yeah, I'm still learning. I cannot compete against, you know, big names. So I was like, I was excited, you know. I'm always excited to play in tournaments because I get to play like the really good fighters, you know, in the community. So it's always thrilling, and of course, my competitive nature makes me want to go full on hard with, you know, with everything. And I love that. I love the rush.
Oh yeah, the competing in any game, like you have to have that mindset of knowing, yeah, if I lose, I still have to learn from it though, and I feel like that's actually a lot better of a lesson than anything nowadays.
Hmm. Hmm. Absolutely. I think a lot of people don't take into consideration that learning, at least for me, learning is like the most fun I have with anything. You know, it can be with music or with a new game or in business or whatever. You know, learning is like the part I enjoy the most when I'm doing something new.
Exactly. I do appreciate it. Um, you telling us about like your competitive nature, like what got you into music and what got you into competing for, well, just Killer Instinct. Do you have any plans to like actually play in like any other fighting games, or are you just sticking to KI and then also just working with your music full time?
I mean, I've always done like music full time. You know, I have it's like a very decent career I have going on. And yeah, KI and video games were just like my distraction, you know. I mean, in between tours or in between the recording sessions or whatever, it was like, yeah, I'm gonna boot up KI and yeah, just have some fun. But when I realized that I could, you know, expand my creative processes in content creation for video games, I was like, I can do this too. So I don't know. I also wanted to go competitive in Fortnite, as funny as that sounds.
It does sound funny, but it's understandable.
Yeah, yeah. The thing is, man, the prize pools in Fortnite competitive are insane. Like completely out of the water, you know, compared to most of the FGC.
Oh yeah, I mean you're going from fighting games which doesn't make a lot of money to a competitive scene that is very well known for its extremely high valued matches is what I should call it.
Mhm.
Uh,
Yeah, absolutely.
I think the highest tournament that I've ever competed in was a Halo tournament back during in Halo 3. It was, well, at the time it was a lot of money, but nowadays you look at it as a tournament and you go, oh, it's not that much, but it was $800,000. That was a lot of
Yeah,
money. That was a lot of money back in Halo 3 days.
yeah, yeah.
If you
Back
if
then
you
it was
if you look at
unheard
the
of.
world now, compared to the world now, that 800,000 probably is like, oh, that's just a, let me just brush that off tournament real quick.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's just a quick paycheck. But no,
yeah.
like,
Exactly.
what was it? That the 16-year-old won $40 million out of that $60 million tournament.
Yeah, it's insane, man. The prize pools are insane. Also, the competitive scene is always changing. It's much more global, but because it is that big, it is way more competitive. You know,
Oh yeah, it's a
yeah,
very
it's
big.
way harder.
Now that the world is finally opening up to the idea of actually competing with each other with video games instead of, let me put a gun in your head. It's a
Exactly,
different.
exactly.
One day war will be abolished and it will just be, oh, our competitive team is better than yours.
Yeah,
But we can always hope for that, but I doubt that will ever happen. Way too much technology for things to go to waste. But
yeah, exactly.
so I see something that you do on Twitter. It's called Blue Mondays. Can you explain that a little bit to me? I'm kind of curious on that. I always
Oh,
wanted to.
that's
I actually really wanted to ask you about that, and I was like, you know what? I'll ask
okay.
him
Okay,
on the podcast. Let's do that.
okay. Okay, so that's a great question. That's a great question. So it's gonna sound weird. I'm sure it's gonna sound weird, but ever since I have memory, I started associating sounds with colors, and it all exploded even more when I started playing guitar and started playing music because I was like, wow, that song sounds green, or that song or that guitar sounds blue, and I was like, wow, that's kind of weird, because I started asking people, hey, do you feel the same? And they're like, wow, you're weird, you know.
I mean, to be honest, it does sound a little weird, but I can understand that. Like, I associate like metal. Like, I associate metal with like fast paced, rushing, and ready to go. Like, I
Mm-hmm.
like makes me want to work.
Yeah, yeah, but you don't associate it with a certain color, right?
No, I've never
And
associated
that's
music
something
with
I learned.
colors.
Yeah, that's something I learned, like super young, and I started researching, and I discovered it was called synesthesia, and it's something that some people, have, so to speak, that they can associate some things with another, and it occurs most of the time with sounds and colors or taste. You know, taste is something a bit more general because when you taste like a grape juice or something like that, you're like, hey, yeah, this taste is purple or something like that, or a lemon lemonade. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
it's kind of greenish. You associated that's more common.
like if you drink a yellow drink, you're gonna be like, oh, that's like a lemonade, or like in
Yeah,
nowadays cases, if you're a soda drinker, you look at like Mellow Yellow and Mountain Dew.
yeah, exactly, exactly. That's way more common because that's part of marketing and company decisions and blah 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 blah. What's not common? It's my kind of synesthesia that when I hear some certain sounds or some certain voices, even um, there's like this color in my head. It pops up like right when I hear something. I'm like, oh wow, yeah, it sounds red or it sounds blue. So I found out that my favorite sound was blue. Everything that sounded blue was like, yeah, I really like this one. So again, it's been years since I started associating my favorite sounds and my favorite music with the color blue. And of course, my favorite guitars and my favorite pictures and the sea and whatever is that it's kind of blue, I love it.
Yeah,
Even people. So yeah, I started making like the Blue Mondays just to kind of to express myself with different shades of blue that I want to share with my followers. because I found them really beautiful, and also it's part of my trademark. You know, if you could see my studio right now, all four walls are blue, and my favorite guitars are blue. I mean, everything.
I don't
It's
blame
kind of
you.
crazy.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure. I know you see the podcast background. I love the color blue. Blue is like
Mhm.
honestly like my favorite calming color. Like I was really happy when I found out like I can actually get my controller to start working again. It's
Yeah,
blue.
nice.
It's nice and blue. So I was like, cool. I
Yeah.
finally got it working again, and I was so happy. I was just like, oh man, it's finally working again. I was so excited. But yeah, I see why. So when you talk to me, what color do you associate my voice with?
I definitely associate it with kind of. It's kind of brown, but think brown like good brown, how do I explain it? Like
Something that's not
maple
dirt,
brown, like
like
a maple brown.
like a tree.
Yeah, kind of like a tree, but not too dark, you know.
Yeah.
And it's weird because each voice is, I mean, each voice and each sound, it's just so different, and sometimes I can explain it. Um, but yeah, yours is definitely brown right from the start, you know.
Well, I mean, at least I hope that doesn't like draw you away from me.
No, it's cool. And I mean, yeah, some people say that. Some people ask me like, yeah, but so only blue sounds are good, and I'm like, no, not at all. I mean, it's my favorite, but I really like other sounds, you know, and I can make a music in other sounds too. I mean, in other colors. So it's kind of weird. It's kind of funky. It's kind of like, yeah, this is bullshit, but it's not. I can assure you, it's not.
Well, at least I figured out what my voice sounds like to you now.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah,
I'm
it's
just gonna
definitely around.
I'm just gonna take it as I am a very strong tree. Let's go with that.
Yeah, absolutely, my
That
man.
makes me feel a little bit better on the inside.
Yeah, no. I mean, yeah, it's like this light brownish, definitely like a maple tree. I don't know, man. It's crazy.
Hey, maple trees are good. You know why?
Why?
They give really good syrup for pancakes and waffles.
Oh, damn. Yeah,
And
absolutely.
I mean, have you ever had a flapjack with just the perfect maple syrup, and you're just like,
Yeah,
wow,
yeah. Like in the
that's
morning.
breathtaking.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely, man.
Hey, Mrs. Butterworth, man, she knows what she's doing. I don't know who she really is, but she knows what she's doing.
Yeah, there is some dark magic in there.
So,
Awesome, man.
I've noticed that you've also been taking some breaks for your mental health. Can you elaborate, like, what you do personally to make yourself feel a little bit better with mental health? If you don't want to talk about it, I fully understand. But like with my channel, with these podcasts, I want to like involve mental health and like try to see what other people do to like help get over their like depression, anxiety, and like their fear of trying to step out and be a part of the world. But
Mm-hmm.
it's fully
Yeah,
understandable if you
no.
don't ever want to do that.
No, not a problem, man. I mean, if anyone is going to listen to this and I can help, I mean, it's perfect, you know? So yeah, I've definitely felt like, especially lately with 2020 and everything that happened, you know, that this year, well, last year, and it continues this year, you know, lockdown and losing people, and you know, it's humans are not prepared to that. Humans are made to be social, are made to be interactive with each other, you know. So lockdowns and being alone, and it all has like a really bad effect on the mind, you know, and that affects everything, our bodies, and yeah, I can say our souls and our energies and our vibes and blah 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 blah. So what can someone do to overcome that or try to overcome that? It lies inside that very similar reason, you know. We are not made to be alone. We are not made to not talk or not express ourselves. So my biggest recommendation will be like, and reach out, you know, reach out to anyone that is willing to understand you, to listen to you. There's a lot of people that have been through the same, or even if it's not the same, there's a lot of people out there that are willing to listen to you, and to give feedback, even if it's harsh feedback. Sometimes we need that. We need the harsh feedback. Sometimes we need the truth. Sometimes we need someone honest enough that tells us that, yeah, you're fucking it up, man. No, like,
Yeah, trust me. I need that one every once in a while. Sometimes you just need that slap in the back of the head and say, "Hey, you're just fucking yourself over, dude. Like, can you like
yeah,
take this seriously for 5 minutes?" And I'm
exactly,
like,
exactly. And
my problem is I can't take anything seriously. If I take something serious, it just gets mentally blocked in my head and I just ignore it. That's why I always tell people, I'm like, if you want me to be serious, make a joke, make it seem like you actually want me to pay attention.
right. Yeah, I mean, everyone has different approaches to it, right? Some people take things very, very seriously, like even a joke,
Oh yeah.
even a joke, it gets way, way deep. And it's like, yo, man, chill or whatever, it's not a hard. But I mean, different folks, different strokes. So yeah, that will definitely be my number one recommendation. Like, to reach out to some people. It can be friends, it can be even strangers. Some strangers are more willing to help than our closest friends, as long as it's people that you can trust.
Yeah,
And
I've done that a few times. I've just like people at work. Like I don't talk to a lot of people at work anymore because, well, long story short, drama. Drama
mhm,
is a
mhm, yeah,
terrible thing at work, but sometimes you just need to talk to somebody, and it's a very strong. Yes, I need to talk to somebody. I need to let this out, or I'm just gonna go insane. If or I feel like I'm breaking apart on the inside if I don't say something. So,
definitely, definitely.
uh, what my
So yeah,
what my
yeah,
last
yeah.
oh sorry what my last guest told me, he suggests getting a therapist, and I said yes, that's a great idea, um but if you're going to get a therapist, make sure it's not just somebody you want to talk to, because their job is to help people, and you paying them for an hour to just sit there and talk is not them doing their job.
Yeah, absolutely,
So
absolutely.
when I say this, if you're going to therapy, make sure you have an idea on what you need help with. Because if you don't have that, you're basically wasting your money and your time and that other person's time to be able to help somebody else that does need that help. So,
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, yeah, you are completely right. I have kind of the same feelings with a therapist. When I was like super young in high school, my high school recommended me, like, yeah, go to a therapist because you're like always hyperactive, and we were kids,
well,
right?
yeah, I mean, kids are always hyperactive, but sometimes that could be hiding something. And
Yeah, exactly, exactly. So yeah, I was like, well, my school told me, yeah, if you don't go to a therapist, you're not finishing, the term. And I was like, oh damn, I need to kind of go with one, And I tried going with one, and that's when I realized that that might not be for me, because for that exact reason, I was just like talking to someone that I know I'm paying just to listen to me. That's kind of their job, and it's yeah.
yeah,
But
it
they didn't do anything for me. I was just talking, and it's like, yeah, but I can. I mean, personally, that's for me. Personally, I can just talk to myself sometimes and figure things out. You know, so but that didn't help me at all. Talking with someone that I know I'm paying for just to listen, yeah, that's not helping me. And it like someone at least that is doing it uh, because they want to, not because I'm paying to.
Yeah,
and
that's
someone that can relate to my pain or my emotions or my or how am I feeling, you know. And you can find those kind of people like really close to your circles, even if it doesn't seems like, you know, if you're in gaming circles and you know there's a lot of people that can relate to what you're going through, or if you're in sports circles or music circles, you know, I think you have to reach someone that at least has an idea of what you're going through in, right now in your life, you know, or when you need it.
yeah. And to be honest, I use gaming as like the biggest outlet for me because honestly, there's it's hard to find people in the world that know what I'm talking about sometimes, and sitting around and playing games with people that I've known for probably about like let's take my friend Tom. Tom, if you're ever listening to these and you ever watch these, this one's for you, buddy. I've known Tom for a year, and to be fully honest, I love the guy. The guy is very helpful. He comes in my streams. He comes in and talks to me. He comes in and hangs out and plays games with me every once in a while. And it's like it's hard to find people that are just like chill to like sit down with and actually talk to for like 8 to 12 hours a day with, and still have stuff to talk to about.
Absolutely. I mean, it's especially now that you take into consideration streaming, and you know, as a streamer and also as a viewer, it's amazing the power, you know, simple conversations can have for both parties, you know. As a viewer, if you know someone and they always stream at night or whatever, and you can have a great conversation with that person, it's like, yeah, I know he can be there, you know, or that person can be there when I need to talk, or even just chill, or you know, listen to his voice or her voice at night or whatever, you know. That's it's definitely kind of therapeutic in some ways when you can just know someone is going to be there, you know?
Yeah, it's very helpful. So like what I do at night, like well, it's not really night for most people, but it's daytime. But when I'm trying to go to sleep or something, I always try to like leave a lurk in someone's stream for like a good hour before I like actually fall asleep, and I just chill in there and I hang out with them and I talk to them until like I actually go like, okay, I need to go to sleep.
Right.
But
Yeah, and it helps.
oh yeah,
If it helps you relax, you know, and you know, and just be at peace with yourself and just be ready to sleep, and it's amazing, man.
like I used to just before I used to go to sleep, I would just lay in bed and watch TV or jam out to music until like I passed out and left my playlist on, and then wake up and go, where am I at in this playlist? Because you know, if you saw my playlist, you would be like, holy shit, why do you have 5 days worth of music on here? I'd be like, yeah, it's still growing.
Yeah, I know the feeling.
It's
I
like,
know the feeling.
and I have so many people who are like, why don't you just like divide your playlists? I'm like, because I like shuffle mode.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I used to be like that, you know, with the old school iPods. You know, I had like two full-on iPods always on shuffle because I couldn't decide what I wanted to listen to. It was like everything I listen to is amazing, you know. So any song is going to be amazing. So yeah, I can relate to that too.
It's always fun. So let's get a listen in on your latest song for what happened yesterday at this time this video is being made, which was Devil May Cry Care
Make her.
Devil May Care 4's 3v3 tournament for Killer Instinct last night. So AlexV here, he got a feature with Omega
Mega Sparks.
Sparks. Oh my god, I am bad with names. And so let's take a listen in on this, and we're gonna turn this up. We're gonna crank this thing. You know why? Because it's music. And here, I love loud music. I like it being loud. I like it to blow up my eardrums because you know why? I don't like to listen to the world whenever I'm listening to music. Hence the reason why these bad boys are always on. So let's give this a nice listen. Then we'll give our thoughts afterwards.
You ain't ready for the crossover. See me reign supreme over the lost soldiers. Man, sis against the world, there's a new age of gamers I'm about to go and destroy. Yeah. Who reigns supreme? If you got it, then bring it. Let's go. Who reigns supreme? I reign supreme, hold your tech, we the best, we best. Boss level on the deck, university rep. I got the kill against Steve, just to wreck your neck. Team greedy on the net, better give us respect. We the best here, about to dumb out, I'm a blink. We the best here, they're about to turn to mid-rank. We the best here, unite the FGC. We the best here, baby, all on me. Yo, no immunity, bring back community. Practice all day, but you would never ruin me. 3v3, my scheme to build a dream team. Sing it to the losers bracket with my tactics to save flow. Watch you lose and my J go surrender. When I go, return back to sender. Omega Sparks on the MIC with AlexV. Welcome you to DMC. Let's start, let's see your heart. Crack scores go hard. We do this for the love, getting dubs, yeah. Fire in my cerebellum, hitting like cerebellum. Develop skills to stay stellar. Press hard, let's see your heart. Crack scores go hard. We do this for the love, getting dubs, yeah. Get the force in to make a fortune. Your nightmare's my dream, cause I reign supreme. Say what you want, you can't beat us. Do what you want, you can't stop us. Bow down, our future is now. We are a tech university. Say what you want, you can't beat us. Do what you want, you can't stop us. Bow down, our future is now. We are a tech university.
Damn! I love that. That was awesome. This is still going. All I gotta say is that I like the metal voice for the Ultra Tech University. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was Firelighter.
Who reigns supreme? If you got it, then bring it. Let's go. Who reigns supreme? I reign supreme.
Okay, I gotta ask. What color was that song when you heard it? When it was finally done?
This was definitely red.
This was definitely a red? I can
red.
tell. I can see that. Holy shit. That was really good. That guitar work, that solo at the end. Wow. That was you, right?
Thank you, man.
That guitar was
Yeah,
all
that was
you,
me.
right?
Yeah.
Holy shit. Amazing. Like
Thank you.
if you could see the hair on the back of my neck right now, well, I mean, if I wasn't bald, you would it's standing up. That was amazing. I loved it. I hope that really didn't blow everybody's eardrums out that was listening to this on YouTube and on Twitch. But holy shit. like hearing who was doing the vocals for who was doing the screaming vocals?
Screaming vocals was Firelighter.
That was
Another person
Firelaga?
that helped us. Yeah,
No way. I couldn't tell. I
yeah,
have
that
to
was
go
him.
I have to go applaud him when we get done with this because holy shit. That was I couldn't tell that was him. I'll send I'm gonna just fucking straight up tag him on the TL. I'll be like, yo, Firelaga, the fuck is this? Why didn't you tell me that you could sound like that? That was awesome.
Yeah, it was really good. I mean, we had some problems trying to incorporate the screaming, his vocals in the track, but in the end, it worked out really well.
Yeah, I couldn't even tell there was any problems.
Yeah, yeah, it was amazing. Yeah, that whole track is one of my career highlights. Definitely, working with Omega Sparks was amazing. Uh, Absolutely a dream come true, especially since when I got KI Definitive Edition, it came up with a music album, with a music CD,
Yeah.
and I blast that up. I didn't even play KI, and the first thing I did was play the music in my car, you know.
So
And when I listened to
that CD comes with what? All three soundtracks, right?
no, it's not all three soundtracks. It's like some select soundtracks. I mean, some select
Oh,
songs
okay.
from all the three soundtracks. But so yeah, it's kind of like a compilation of the best. And TJ's team was in there, and when I first heard it, I was blown away, like absolutely blown away. I was like, "Damn, this is incredible!" Especially because it was the genre of that song is glitch hop.
Hmm.
And back in my day, I used to make a lot of glitch hop, like a lot of glitch hop. And I was like, damn, this is my kind of shit. Like super funky, amazing vocals. Yeah, it was amazing. So yeah, working with him was a dream come true.
I mean, sitting here talking to you after all that, I mean, I'm glad you took the time to sit down and actually like do this nice little podcast with me at this point because that's amazing. Because I want to see you. I honestly want to see you blow up. I would love to see
Thank you, thank you.
I would love to see your content one day and then be trying to talk to you and you'd be like, who the hell is that guy? Just so that way I could be like,
man, never.
I'll that way I could just be sitting out on the floor and be like looking up at you at the stage. I'll be like, I know that guy. I interviewed him on a podcast once. I want to be that guy. I want to be that guy at a show that could be like, yeah, I talked to him. Yeah, I have a podcast with him on my YouTube. You guys should check it out. I want to be that
I'll
guy
make
one
that
day.
happen, man. I'll make that happen. Like I promise it.
Oh man, I love your music. I love the fact that you still play KI. I love the fact that you are so competitive at it. Um, so with that all being said, let's wrap this up real quick. Anything you want to ask me before we leave?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm curious, when is the next tournament coming?
My next tournament. Oh man. Well, I mean, I just got promoted to general manager for Kazoku Nation, so tournaments are a little bit out of my hands right now. But when I have some free time, hopefully during the summertime, hopefully it's not so bad. I will try and get another tournament going.
Right.
If KI,
Awesome.
if we ever get a second KI, Microsoft, I would be more than happy to do a farewell tournament series where we do another 3 sets of tournaments and we say goodbye to KI1 and lead into KI2. If that ever happens, I would love to be able to do it. And obviously, I'm gonna have to invite you. You know this. I'm gonna sit there and be like, you know what? I got to get the reigning champ of Mosh Pit 1 and 3 into this, and obviously, of course, I got to get base in there because it's base.
Yeah.
And we gotta try and get.
Of course.
What we gotta do is we gotta try to get Nikki out of retirement, and we gotta get him to start, playing again.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to that.
Hey, you never know. Wheels might be the next big threat.
Yeah.
After seeing
he's
him
a really big threat.
after seeing him in World Cup, not World Cup, in
And in Rivals?
yeah, in Rivals, he's the person that I don't want to fight very much in fighting games. I play. I'll tell you. I'll tell you a quick story about me and Wheels real quick. This is back before he was Wheels. This is back when he was dating Jay. I played him at my first ever major for Killer Instinct. I played him twice. He beat me 2-1, and then he beat me 3-1. I mean 3-2, because it was finals for to get out of pools. Long story short, he will never play Spinal against me ever again because I finally learned how to play that matchup just so I could beat him. I'm like, play me with Spinal. No. Come on. It's such a pain. It's like, man. I sit there every day. I'm just like, I learned the Spinal matchup so I can get my payback, and he won't even play me. Who knows? Maybe one day we might get a DMC where I get the chance to play him with old main characters. But the problem is, my old main is Orchid, and he knows how to play Orchid.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's a change, my man.
Oh man, who knows? But once again, for everybody that's watching this right now, go check out AlexV. We got his right there at AlexV. Actually, Vazco, is that how you say your last name?
Yeah.
At Alex Vazco on the Twitters. His Twitch is not _AlexV, even though we all know it is really Alex. He had to put the not there so that way people wouldn't like freak out, I guess. I mean, I understand. He's going to be really popular. He's going to be getting like constantly questioned sooner or later. Maybe not from this podcast, but he's going to get really, really popular. And go check out his YouTube. It's AlexV. His music, you guys were hearing it throughout the whole podcast, and if you really enjoy it, I honestly suggest going and following him on Twitter, subscribing to his YouTube, going to his Twitch channel, and then just tell the man you want to give him a hug, because I honestly want to give him a hug, and unfortunately for me, we're all social distancing still, but I still want to give him a hug. He's just, look at that face. Look at his face. You can't tell me that you don't want to just like come up to it and be like, can I please just like have a hug, pet the beard, and like stroke the hair, like, and a pat on the back, and you say good job, buddy. That's all I want. That's all I want. But
one day we'll make it happen.
One day we'll make it happen. I'll make a short video calling back to this podcast for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But once again, thank you so much, Alex. I hope you have a wonderful day, night, or afternoon, everybody that's watching this right now. Alex, I hope you have a wonderful day, night, or afternoon, because why not? I'll say it to you too.
Thank you so much, man. I really hope you have one too. And again, thank you for the invitation and for everything. I really appreciate it, my man.
Oh, no problem. If say within a year, would you like to, I mean, within next year around this time, would you like to do another one?
Absolutely.
All right, well, I'll keep you to it. If you don't get too popular and you actually see my Twitter DMs, I'll make sure that I get you on here again. I promise. I'll even wear the same hoodie. How about that? Same hoodie, same hat.
Absolutely.
I'll go put them in my trophy case right now and be like, hey, this goes for when Alex is on stream again.
Thank you, man. Yeah, let's make it happen.
Oh, we will. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching the video. For whatever time you're watching this, have a good night, day, afternoon. Stay salty, my friends. I will listen to you all and see you all on the next one.